Hello, race fans, and welcome to Off Camber TV's coverage of the Northwest Truck Series, sponsored by Walls Beard Co., Sarge's Place, Volt Vapes, The Hungry Dragon, and Sim Stuff. Tonight we head out to the middle of a cornfield at the Iowa Speedway for round number 9 of the 2017 season for the running of the Sasquatch Crossing 130. Scheduled distance for tonight's race is 150 laps. Joining me in the booth tonight is Donovan Johns, Tony Knuckles, and Katie Reed. And how is everybody doing tonight?
Oh man, so much better than last week. My throat is back. I'm able to sound more like myself. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do tonight. Who's going to do what? How many wrecks we're going to have? Let's see how turn 4 comes out, and let's see what Tony Knuckles has for us.
I'm looking forward to this race. More importantly, I just real quick little short announcement here. OCTV, we grew up out of GTR Live, which is just a bunch of people getting together and having fun. And we got a little hate mail this week, and it kind of pissed some of us off. But then we also kind of remembered we got into this to have fun, so we're going to be a lot more looser, and we're just going to be ourselves a lot more, be more like what we got into this to be. So hopefully y'all enjoy it, and if you don't, you know where to send the hate mail.
Well, we're going to drink some Haterade.
Yeah. We're looking at the weather here tonight. Pretty much fixed weather. A 78 degrees, partly cloudy skies with a track temperature of 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Got the winds coming out the north side of the speedway at 2 miles an hour and 55% humidity.
This is almost ideal racing conditions that we have going on here. Track's going to get a little slick as we run on. It's going to make the drivers have a little bit of a challenge as we've seen them coming out of 40. We've seen them coming out of turn 4. It's going to make some interesting strategy moves. It's going to really separate the low line from the high line. This kind of racing right now is going to be, strategy-wise and skill-wise, going to be some amazing fun to watch.
Now, see, this track is supposed to be the cousin or whatever to Richmond, correct?
That is correct.
And yeah, during practice, we saw quite a few drivers trying to run that same Richmond line, that low line through 3 and 4. But I believe it was Donovan was talking about normally that line, once the tires wear in a little bit, is higher through 3 and 4.
Oh gosh, yeah, I know when I run here, you qualify on the yellow line, but man, once you start driving, you've got to roll up. You take advantage of that high line, wall walk this truck all around this track, take the line away from the guy on the low line, and you're able to drag race him down the backstretch, and you are going to get that position.
Just getting ready to wrap up qualifying here. We got about 40 seconds left on the clock. I believe the only truck on the track is the 67 of Andrew Williams, riding around in that Hungry Dragon Chevrolet. See if he can throw down a little bit faster time than he already has. He's qualified position number 7 right now. 4/10 off of the provisional pole sitter in Chad Barker.
We're all big fans of Hungry Dragon and Andrew Williams, but you got to get the green off that truck.
Oh, I disagree. No, green is good on a race car.
It's just not.
I can attest to that. It's not.
Huge shout out to Chad Barker laying down an amazingly fast 22.465. That is almost almost a tenth faster than second place D Palmer.
And how about Brightsman doing his thing, coming in here with
one minute
practice.
Brightsman?
Yeah, 1 minute Brightsman.
Logs in at like literally a minute to 2 minutes before qualifying starts and lays down a top 10 qualifying every time.
I just came in here to eat cotton candy and qualify, and I'm all out of cotton candy.
Brett Johnson's back. Was this race number 2 or race number 3 with Brett? Good race number 3.
All right, we're going to run down your starting grid real quick. You got Chad Barker on the pole in the number 18 machine. D. Palmer to his outside, completing row number 1. Sean Brightsman in 3rd. Wayne Hutchison in 4th. Mark Walls is going to round out your top 5. Then you have William Fletcher in 6th. Andrew Williams 7th. Scott Hutchison 8th. Jeff Stabnow in 9th. And Carl Burke is in 10th. Nathan Little 11th. 12th goes to Brett Johnson. Andy Vogt in 13th. Marcus Tracy in 14th. Gary Nichols 15th. 16th is Gary Violet. Ryan Maines at 17th. Trenton Barrington at 18th. 19th is John Ottenbacher. Christopher Sherburne is going to round out your top 20. And you have Jared Morgan, 21st. Brian Barnes, 22nd with provisional. 31 to Drew Lalonde, also with provisional in 23rd. And Dan Stussy going to round out your 24 truck field here tonight for the Sasquatch Crossing 130.
Yeah, and I want to just really quickly, the 83 of Marcus Tracy, rocking a beautiful Wounded Warrior Project paint job. Big fan of the Wounded Warrior Project. Honestly, I mean, we should just be taking care of that. We shouldn't be needing nonprofits to take care of that, but really, I've always admired what Wounded Warrior Project does for our vets.
Yeah, Wounded Warriors does an amazing job. There's an amazing amount of, especially here in the Northwest, veterans and veteran support groups, and proud to be a part of all of that we can be here. Looking at our points real quick as we roll out onto the backstretch, they come to green here. Rookie of the Year status points. Brian Barnes is at 271 points, just 10 points above Jeff Stab now. Who have, two of them have walked away from Nathan Little, Nicholas Bishop, Gary Nichols, Brett Johnson, Ray Partridge, Jared Morgan, and Robert Dicker are all of our Rookie of the Year points contenders.
And it looks like the 96 has missed a grid. He's sitting on pit road.
Da-da.
It's yeah, Jared Morgan in that DQ truck number 96. Not sure exactly what's going on with him.
Pace car is going to bring him around one more time. Definitely going to see a lot of action coming out of turn 4. Watching through practice, pretty much everybody got loose at one point or the other and completely destroyed their trucks. So definitely a spot to watch out for would be turn 4 here tonight. The exit of 2, kind of like Richmond. Kind of wall sneaks up on you a little bit.
It doesn't sneak up on you. It flat out mugs you.
Reminds me of my trip to New York.
It takes your change.
But I like my panties.
You like your panties?
Panties.
Right. Hey, going back to racing here, right?
Right.
Field's starting to bunch up here a little bit, getting ready to go.
All right, here we go. Pace car. We're going to come down to the pit lane. Chad Barker has control of the field in that number 18 Toyota. Waiting, and the green flag is out, and we are underway here in Iowa for the Sasquatch Crossing 130.
Right away, a little bottleneck happens back here with Scott Williams did not get on the gas. Quite a few trucks bottleneck almost went 4 wide after went into 1.
Carl Birkin, 53, had a great runoff 2 there. Was able to sneak up in front of the 91. He is working his way forward as these drivers all get sorted out. Mainly getting nose to tail here up front.
10 truck of Andy Vogt almost pitches sideways coming out of 4. Wisely got it wrapped up, got back underneath and got back going again.
And here comes 96 Jared Morgan off of pit road. He will be 1 lap down. Ooh, pushing the 42 up the track. 91 almost gets into the back of 42. Middle of 3 and 4. Still side by side. Looks like the 91 almost takes position away, but Nathan Little fights back on the inside, heading off into 1.
And real quickly, we've got about a 5-truck breakaway here before we get back to Andy Williams and William Fletcher. They're battling it out for 6th.
Yeah, 28 taking the preferred line there in 3 and 4 already. Getting her wound up on the high side, going to take away the position from the 67. Move Fletcher up to the 6th spot.
And right now we got a battle for the lead as Sean Brightsman getting his nose up underneath the 18 truck, while the 29 truck of Mark Walls all up into the back bumper of the 46.
A little bit too early in the race for that.
Yeah, these guys are already running hard for each other. These guys are all teammates as well. We got the Dog Bear 1 through 5 right here in the front.
And Brightsman looking to peek out again underneath Barker. Barker just having the momentum off the high side. Walls to the outside of Brightsman now. Gonna have the momentum rolling off of turn number 4. Brightsman still fighting hard on an inside line and try to dive it in there. Not going to be able to stick.
And that's what I was talking about just earlier, this part of the broadcast. The outside line is going to be your preferred way to get around these trucks.
Well, it's looking like he's not done here. He's got the 18 of Chad Barker in his sights here. And
Chad's
looks like he tries to get back into it as well there.
Yeah, Barker had just a couple moments of some peace, and all of a sudden, look who's on the quarter panel. It's 29 and the 46.
At 29 diving to the inside there. Ooh. Barker squeezing him.
Barker got loose there.
Yeah, get a little loose off of turn number 3. Came down into the door of the 29. Everything's all squared away right now, but scary moment for those 2 front runners.
Yeah, and the 23 Sargent's Place entry of D. Palmer is sitting there licking his chops, waiting for these guys to have some misfortune.
Just behind all these guys, the 42 truck of Nathan Little just got around the 31 truck of Drew Lalonde, or excuse me, 53 of Carl Burke. Had a very powerful move, just pitched the rear end a little sideways, able to wrap it up and complete the pass. That puts Nathan Little in position 9 as he's trying to get up on the back bumper of the 67 of Andrew Williams.
And we are nose to tail all the way back to about the 10 truck of Andy Vogt. Running back there in about 14th.
Yeah, even back there, I mean, we're still single file. Jared Morgan not for position right now, under fire from the number 7 of Brett Johnson. Johnson making the power move to the inside. Morgan not really getting the drive off that he needs to get there. 7's going to put a little bit of a slide job, but stick to the bottom there. Johnson's going to gain that spot real quick as Dan Stussy in front of him in the 78 dives underneath the 4. Brian Bard's in the middle of turn 1 and 2.
And I'll tell you, Mark Walls is really closing on the number 8 truck of Gary Nichols. Sounds like he spun it a little earlier, and he's finding himself trying to stay on the lead lap here early on.
Here comes Chad Barker making a charge back up to the bumper of Mark Walls up front. Barker just about a truck length off of the 29. Let's see if he can get a good run here coming off of 2. He's going to have a good run. Can he get a nose in here?
Not going to happen.
Nope, not going to be able to do it. He's going to have to sit and follow the leader now through 3 and 4.
And that's actually going to give Brightsman a chance here with that checkup to possibly get around him.
Chad Barker, call him Mr. Twinkie because his last year paint schemes were Twinkie related, but he is well known for his qualifying prowess. Hopefully he'll be able to keep his tires fresh and be able to keep up in the top 3.
Yeah, Brightsman just got around him for that second position there. A couple of missed turns, if you will.
A little further back in the field, we got the 17 and the 53 of Ryan Moons and Carl Burke. They're kind of duking it out back here. Main's trying to make that low line still work.
Yeah, he's going to have to get up to that high side here soon. He's got a Laviolette right behind him in that 68. Somebody spinning out of 4, I believe.
Chad Barker,
Chad Barker,
along with the 83 of Marcus Tracy.
Caution is out. 83 stopped right after the start-finish line. What happened to Barker there?
Yeah, backing that up, trying to figure out here. Oh, solo spin coming out of 4, just like we saw all practice. Chad Barker just lost it all by his lonesome.
Well, then what happened to 83 did the same thing as well. Ooh, very lucky that the 83 didn't hit the 18, but he should have locked him down. He might not have ran up into the outside wall like that.
And they hadn't quite caught Gary Nichols yet, so this should give Jared Morgan the lucky dog.
Yeah, because Marcus Tracy was involved in that spin, so that leaves Jared Morgan as the solo car 1 lap down.
And here comes your leaders to pit lane, led by the 29 of Mark Walls. We also had a thoroughput there with the number 2 of Trenton Barrington. Hopefully he can regroup and get back out here.
Yeah, Trenton Barrington actually never completed a lap, so he had problems right off the bat.
Well, that's unfortunate for Trenton.
Brightsman kind of blew a stall there, and so did the 23.
Looks like while they're coming out, the 83 did stay out to get the wave around.
Conglomerate of people coming off of pit road. D. Palmer, Sean Brightsman, the major losers there. Brightsman's still in his pit stall. Don't know if this is done on purpose or what's happening, but Brightsman pitting for the second position, still on pit lane. There he goes. He's rolling off now.
He just wanted some challenge. Probably saw the qualifying setup in.
'83 is on pit lane now.
So just real quickly, Jared Morgan gets the lucky dog, doesn't
29 making it interesting. Ooh, one can't keep the high lane. 29 gonna get that pass easy, actually. Like 24, Jeff Stabnow is gonna dive under the one. Wayne Hutchinson. Oh, 24, 17, get a little bit mixed up there.
Oh, 28 hard.
Ooh, 46 has to check up. 23
They're not
over
done.
the 28.
They're not done.
Third,
That
23
Nope,
goes
23 's
straight.
around.
Still playing.
Oh, what a beautiful catch by T. Palmer in the 23 truck. My goodness.
Losing a ton of time there. Going to go from 5th all the way back to what looks to be about the 14th, 15th position.
Yeah, meanwhile, Sean Brightsman in the 46 continues to charge back up to the front.
Oh, we apologize for not having any sound on the broadcast once we got back on there. But apparently we are back up and running with audio to match up with our race car sounds of vroom vroom.
Yay. Reisman to the outside of Fletcher. They're going to take that spot pretty easily.
Andrew Williams had a really bad corner there, and he is dropping like a rock right now. Chad Barker on his high side. He is making his way around in the 18 truck and trying to do his best to regain some ground that he has lost.
Yeah, he's been driving the wheels off that thing, man. He just can't keep the wheels underneath him, per se. I mean, he gets to about 10 or 15 laps to the run, and it just steps out on him. I don't know if that's setup blame or just the tires are wearing out that fast, and I don't know. He's very fast.
Looks like the 17, he's just trying to get on the inside of the 53 of Carl Burke right now. He's diving there, trying to get a run up off. Oh, makes it a little close off the corner. These guys have to go all the way up to the top
Three
to
wide.
complete their runs.
Behind him, Chad Barker to the inside of William Fletcher. Gary LaViolette on the outside. Barker's going to have to check up pretty hard here. Fletcher's going to get the run back off of turn number 2. LaViolette's going to take that position over for 7th. They're battling for 8th right here between the 18 and the 28. And Andy Vogt almost made it 3 wide. We got 100 laps left. Actually, 99 laps left in this race.
Oh, and here comes Brightsman along Stab now. Going to try to clear him on the low side while the tires are still fresh enough to do it. But doesn't look like he's going to clear him off turn 4 there.
They are teammates, even though they're in different manufacturers. So, Stab now having the outside lane, having the momentum in his favor, as he will coming off of turn number 2. Brightsman about a half a truck length off as they work down the backstretch.
Brightsman had a head of steam. He is up on the back of that bumper now, looking on the inside to try to make that move on to the 24 of Stab now. Looking to take over P3.
So real quickly, while it looks like things have kind of settled down a little bit, that last yellow, just wanted to give you a recap since we didn't have audio. The 96 Jared Morgan waited for the race leader 29 Mark Walls, and coming off turn 2, pretty much stuffed him in the wall about as hard as the person possibly could. Caution came out, and Morgan was disqualified and removed from the race and, in fact, the series. So just want to let you guys know what that was all about.
Yeah, that was a carryover from a race. Oh, yep.
Oh, 089 in the back. And the 4 of Brian Barnes got involved with each other.
Yeah, that was some carryover from a race in a different league, also featuring the Northwest guys, on Wednesday night, where they had an altercation between the two of them. Looks like a little altercation carried over.
Yeah, and as we understand it, just the last word on this whole thing with Walls and Morgan. Apparently that was at Martinsville, and as we know, when you go to the short tracks, tempers can flare. So not only can they, but they do.
That's what I love about short track racing, gentlemen.
That's right. It's not about the incidents on track. It's about the fistfights in the pits afterwards.
And the beer after that.
And if you have never been to a short track, especially a small town short track, the best fights are between the families in the stands. I know what I'm talking about.
As a longtime racer, myself here, race at Meridian Speedway here in Meridian, Idaho. Go Merville. Y'all check out local tracks, support local tracks when and where you can. Best racing you're ever going to find in the world is at your local asphalt or dirt track. Support racing.
Absolutely. And before you complain about that $7 beer, just remember that track promoter and owner, they're not making a whole lot of money.
Dude, we got 128 ounces for $14. That's the best bar in town right there.
Yes, it is.
See, the best bar in town when I was growing up at the racetracks was all the kegs that the racers would bring and then the subsequent party afterwards in the pits.
Oh, hell yeah. I live 4 miles from the track. I walk my happy drunk ass home. Go back on Sunday morning, go pick up my race car, load everything up.
You don't George Jones style? You don't bring your race car and your riding lawnmower and just ride the
Oh,
riding
God, no.
lawnmower?
It's 4 miles. I can walk that.
So you got to think smart, not hard, man.
Walk home with my helmet on, my race suit on.
Yes. And the thumb out, or you just
Oh, hell, the cops know me.
power walk?
Yep, yeah, it takes me about an hour and a half, stop at a couple of bars on the way there.
Instead of hold my beer, it's hold my helmet.
Check my Facebook. I got a great one with me and a helmet and a big old bucket of beer.
You know, the best thing about Donovan Johns, you should check out his page because he's got a video of a GoPro that had to cost as much as his entire race car.
Oh, don't say that, man.
But it is pretty entertaining to watch the small track racing from the perspective of a GoPro because it's so tight all the time, especially on a small. What is Meridian?
We're a tight quarter mile.
Tight quarter mile with
Tight
no
quarter
banking.
mile. We're doing a 15.2 second laps in a little 4-banger mini stock. But also, just to point out, Chad Barker, number 18 of this race, he and I have been racing together for about 6 years now, on and off. Trenton Barrington, who is in the 2 truck, also races at Meridian Speedway, on and off. So there's a couple of Meridianites out here. Sometimes racer Todd Labronte, he and his kid both race out there.
I still want to get a bunch of us together and do Chump Car. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Hey, we'll
Yes,
be
it
out.
would.
We will be out at Wenatchee with a bunch of us. A lot of guys from your area. Hey, you guys are up there in the Northwest. Troy, Tony Knuckles. Gonna come out there. We're gonna party for 2 days out there in June. It's gonna be a riot.
Oh hell yeah!
our producer for tonight, Cafe Olay, he is up in the Great White North. This is why we're experiencing a little bit of internet problems.
We constantly tell him if he wants faster internet, he has to pedal faster.
Got to get those hamsters pedaling.
That's right.
All right. The lights are off the pace car. I'm going to get them lined up 2 by 2. Yet again, working lap 60 of the scheduled 150. We'll have 90 laps to go when we reach the start-finish line.
I do want to highlight real quick that the 91 of Scott Hutchinson received the lucky dog because the 83, although he was in the position to get the reward, he hit the wall and was involved in that caution. Therefore, he did not win that award, had to pit, and he's still 1 lap down. Also, Sean Brightsman had a lot of issues, and he is back to, back to the back. He's going to have to drive all the way through the field again.
I think he just likes passing people.
I think so, too.
It'd be cool if they actually had passing points. These guys are accordion. These guys accordion more than Weird Al Yankovic. But we're back to green. Look who jumped out into the front, though. One truck settles into second stab. Now Maine's Berg fighting. Oh, there goes Maine's.
Yeah, Maine's getting passed by Chad Barker to the inside right there. Ran turn 2 really, really, really wide.
Oh, and he's right back on the. Oh, also falls back. Who's that coming? Gary? Yep, Gary's falling like a rock. Chad Barker taking advantage of other people's misfortunes.
Ooh, and Andy Williams into the 28 of Williams Fletcher. He's down onto the banking.
Oh, Man, they are bouncing off the wall all over the place here.
Yeah, William Fletcher stopped off with a racing surface. No caution yet.
He's still sitting there. He's getting it going. And he's going to go a lap down here, I think. Oh, he's got it going now.
Oh, sorry, Carl Burke hard into the outside wall. Almost took out the 23 of D. Palmer on the rebound. But that just gives Chad Barker 4th place as he's chasing down now Stabnow.
Yeah, he's definitely coming. He's got a full head of steam right there. 24 pushing up a little bit. He's closed the gap to about a truck length heading off into turn number 3. Barker is definitely on the move. The one of Hutchinson, he's make sure he can keep that 29 in check here as they are coming up on the 28 of what was his name? William Fletcher. Trying to put him a lap down. Battle for 3rd.
Let's see, we are, what about 165 of 150, so we are coming up on halfway in about 10 laps. These guys are still battling hard, and Chad Barker almost loses coming out of 4, which has been the story of the night. Guys losing it as they're coming off of 4. These tires are just getting cooked out from underneath these cars.
And 28 took a tote.
Right now, battle is between the Gary LaViolette and the 10 truck of Andy Vogt. They almost went 3 wide with Carl Burke. Gary wisely led off just a hair, got them all back lined up, and they are going to try for it again, coming out of 2.
Yeah, LaViolette's got the run on Vogt. Vogt drives it into turn 3 a little bit deeper. 68 going to run that high lane. And Vogt almost to the side of Carl Burke there.
Meanwhile, we have a side-by-side battle for 3rd. Stabnow and Barker. Barker just can't quite clear him, and now that 23 is going to get involved as well.
D. Palmer has been on a tear lately. He is one of those guys who's kind of stealthy. He's quiet. He's clean. Oh, except for right there. Except for right there. But D. Palmer will be running 10th, and all of a sudden he's running 4th, and you're like, whoa, where'd he come from?
He came from Sarge's place.
Right?
So he does make the pass. He's up into 4th. Dropping Stabnow back to the 5th place position.
Yep, Chad Barker up to P3. And he is, what's that, about a full second behind Wayne Hutchinson. And just going down the list here, looks like it yet again, Dog Bear occupies positions 1 through 5 on the racetrack.
And, you know, behind that top 5, we got Carl Burke, Andy Vogt, and Gary LaViolette. They are mixing it up.
Yeah, Vogt pushing, coming off of turn 4, going to give LaViolette the advantage heading down the front stretch, going into turn number 1. Vogt still driving in there deep, pushes up.
Wow.
If he didn't get into the back of him, he got terribly close.
Oh, look at the 46. Right? My heart just dropped. I was watching the 17 and Brightsman 10 truck. Man, these guys just had a moment there of what's going on? Oh, and the 10 truck's rolling down. Teammate 17 dodging to get around him.
Yeah, that's kind of unusual. The 10 rim riding right now in the middle of 1 and 2. That should be the 42's job back there. He's got the paint scheme to prove it.
Right?
But I've noticed a lot of guys starting to overdrive these turns and push tight. Burn that right front off.
I can tell you, man, 150 laps at Iowa, you just get to the point where, like, am I seriously going this way again?
And here comes Brightsman some more coming up by LaViolette and setting the sights on Burke now.
Yeah, it's so easy to overdrive and to want to just get through these corners. And these corners, you got to make baby slow, sweet love to these things.
Did you just...
Chad Parker's moved himself up to 2nd. He's gotten around Wade Hutchinson and pulled off a little bit of a lead on top of him. Meanwhile, real quick, looking at the 46 truck, putting to work on the 53 of Carl Burke.
So back to your euphemism on getting around this place.
Right?
Does that mean the winner has a happy ending?
I've heard that happens.
Meanwhile, Burke and Brightsman, this is the best battle on the track right now. Although it looks like Brightsman's going to finish the pass off 4 there. And that seems to be the difference. Brightsman able to pass high or low, whereas everybody else, it just seems like they're stuck on that high line as far as trying to make moves.
I'm keeping my eyes on the lap timers, and right now your fastest trucks consistently on the track, Mark Walls, clocking off some really nice times. But we're also looking at D. Palmer and Sean Brightsman. All of those guys are able to clock off some of the fastest 3 laps every lap.
Yeah, it's just amazing. You know, these Dogberry guys are so fast week in and week out. You know, it's just...
Almost like they have a whole crew behind the scenes helping with that setup.
Well, when you got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 active drivers throwing in some weight in to figure out how to make these trucks go fast, there's strength in numbers, and Dogbear's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Atlas Finishers, they've got a nice little strong team as well, led by I don't know who is their team lead, but Andrew Williams is one of the top finishers week in and week out. So they're able to do a lot of work together and to improve. And as we've seen, a lot of these guys have done well. But yeah, Dogbear, Mark Walls, kind of the team champion there. That's what you get when you got big guys.
Yeah, if I was even to have a chance to compete with these guys, I'd have to buy my setups or something, because...
Yeah, you definitely need some pro support at that level, right?
Looking at the... I'm on the 31 and the 42. Nathan Little and Drew Lalonde, they are going on about lap 3 of battling back and forth side by side here.
Yeah, it looks like Lalonde's going to get a slight advantage here. Little's going to make the drive around the outside. They're going to catch this 10 car of Andy Vogt and bring him into the mix as well here in a couple laps.
Yeah, and right there, that's what I talk about. When you're on the high side, you're able to do that drag race. You're able to maintain your tires a little better. Yes, the low line is faster, but it's a cost to being faster on the low line here at Iowa. It will eat your tires.
And look at the 10, really wide, working his way off of turn number 2. Might check the 42 up a little bit. 31 of Lalonde running that absolute bottom lane there. Vogt able to hold on for just a second.
Oh!
That was close.
I don't believe that was close. I believe that was bouncing off each other.
And Little had his backing off there. He's changing his fire suit from white to brown, literally inside of the truck there.
And here comes Brightsman attacking Stabnow.
At 46, still making that inside line works. Now he's definitely got something hooked up underneath that truck. As,
and maybe that's what those long pit stops are about. Maybe he's made some adjustments to that thing.
Right now, our leader is working on the 91 of Scott Hutchinson, who is 6 laps down. Just in front of them is the 7 truck of Brett Johnson. He is our last car on the lead lap. So Brett begging for a yellow to come out here any moment now.
Yeah, and lap traffic starting to trickle out throughout the field. Saw the 15, Christopher Sherburne, get passed by Brightsman. We were highlighting him. And here comes the 46 on the 1.
And look who's passing both these cars inside that turn. It's the 18 truck reeling in the 29.
He's definitely trying. He's trying that thing for all he's got.
What is it? I'll apologize to the tires after they get me up to the front.
There you go.
One thing we've seen time and time again, Chad Barker laying down fast laps, Mark Walls laying down fast runs. We're going to see if Chad is able to save those tires and encroach upon Mark's winning streak, or if he's just being able to catch up and burn off some rubber.
Yeah, and you can just never tell with the 29 because, you don't know if he's just cooling his tires off and kind of taking it easy for a few laps. He seems to just be able to expand that lead at will.
He definitely seems to be the for the guy who's got seven top fives in the 9 races. He missed one race completely due to some personal life stuff that happens. But Mark Walls is able to just run this truck whenever, wherever, whyever, however.
And at 18, he is hungry for his first win. He's had 22 starts here in the series, no wins yet. And looks like Andy Vogt, he's around on the front stretch trying to get it back going. Caution will come out.
Man, tell me what you got.
Now was
maybe a little help.
Huh?
Was Malls past Ottenbacher? That's the question.
At 42, coming off the turn, got tight and got into the left rear quarter panel of that number 10 and turned him around. Spotters apologizing to each other. I believe we're all good to go on that front. And yeah, believe the 089 of John Ottenbacher will get the lucky dog. First car 1 lap down. That's really just going to be disappointing for that 7 of Brett Johnson. Leaders down to pit road.
Yeah, it looks like just about everyone is peeling off and getting into the pit line to get their services.
And it looks like Marcus Tracy lap down is going to have to stay out along with the 15 of Christopher Sherburne.
Let's see who does any pit strategies here.
Yeah, 53 is infamous for taking 2 tires.
Right? I was just thinking that.
60 laps to go, you got to take it. You got
29 out.
It comes to 42. 23 is going to be 18 off the pit road. 40.
Oh, there.
Wow.
Woo. There is a lot of battles going on. 3 wide coming out of the pits.
Well, they're lucky this is a simulation because I don't think that would have worked in real life. Can't drive through another car.
Sheet metal costs more than that.
Yes.
And the lap downers are peeling off and coming into the pit lanes. Looks like 15 is staying out front to get the wave around.
It'd be good for him.
As these guys right under caution, do want to give you guys another race summary as we are down to about 57 to go right now. Mark Walls is your leader. 92 laps completed out of a total 150 scheduled. 3 lead changes, 4 cautions, and 17 laps for those cautions.
It does look like we have suffered yet another casualty. William Fletcher, the 28 ride, has pulled off, put the truck in the pits or in his in the tunnel, whatever. I don't know. Hung it up and gone. Garage. Whatever.
The virtual garage, the virtual hauler.
He is disconnected and off to Beerland.
Sounds like a magical place. I need to visit here sometime soon.
Beerland?
Beer.
I've got one in my fridge.
I need to be
More than
at
one.
your fridge.
At one point, I promised myself to get a kegerator right here next to my sim rig, so that I can just nurse how
So you can
soon
just
can I be here?
So you can just take the hose and just squirt it into your
Right?
mouth straight.
Yeah.
The straight foamy goodness.
That would
I
be
use a seat that I used out of one of the cars I turned into a race car. So I've got an actual Integra seat out of a 95 Integra that I can lean back. It's got all the sliding features here and lumbar support, so I can literally recline back, nurse a beer, and watch some racing.
Thinking about doing that to mine.
That's how redneck I am.
No, you're not redneck seat because you're using something that it could actually be considered sporty. My seat is out of a 96 Ford Windstar. A freaking
Oh.
soccer mom van.
Oh, yeah, we're going to go ahead and move along now.
Yeah. Driven many of them.
All right, so where are we at top 5-wise? Who's got us?
All right, we got Mark Walls back out in front. You got D. Palmer sitting in the second position. Chad Barker, Nathan Little, Sean Brightsman. 4 out of the top 5 are Dog Bear Racing, minus the 42.
And Nathan Little, got to give him some
Right?
kudos. He's had a good run tonight. He's just maintained and constantly found a way to move forward. So good job by him. Now we do believe is he the one that maybe only took 2 tires?
That is an 8.3 seconds in the pit stall. That is a 2-tire change for Mr. Little.
That's a front left and a right rear right there, ladies and gentlemen.
I do believe so. The only 2 that matter.
We gotta find that guy again. All right, pace cars got the field working out of turn number 4. Gonna be that hard left turn down to the pit lane. Mark Walls has control of the field, and he is gone. Green flag back out into the air here, completing lap 95.
Now the battle here, honestly, I believe, is if Brightsman can get through these guys. And start...
68!
Oh,
my
what?
God!
Where did he go?
He
All I saw was a roof.
He got extremely loose getting in the middle of 2. And looks like a little bit of netcode with a 67.
Is that technically
there's
being
a 7.
loose when you're at the top of the catch fence?
Ooh, he went full Matt Crafton right there.
Yeah. Except rubber banded. And there goes the
And that was
engine.
Brett in the 7 truck that just punted Gary LaViolette into the next county. I mean, he went from one cornfield. He's now on the alfalfa field.
He actually hit the light pole and bounced backwards. And that's the beautiful thing about Pixels, because if that was real life, yeah, he'd be dead.
Pretty much.
I don't know. I have a Hans device. I could have pulled that off.
Or the truck would be about the size of a quarter right now.
Donovan, is it true you wear the Hans device to bed?
Not only do I wear my Hans device to bed, I also use it when I'm on the John.
I do use my 5-point safety harness when I'm on the toilet.
There's some of those times where you got to hold on.
Usually
You
after,
got to get
after Taco Tuesday.
Well, and Chad Barker on the replay of this broadcast, when he gets to check it out, he'll appreciate this. When you're getting doodad, you definitely want to have a 5-point and a Hans on.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Right, no, that's a local racer here. Chad Barker, actually that was a freeze. Chad Barker had borrowed my race car to go get some points and totaled my car along with another guy.
Did the other guy actually think it was you?
No, it wasn't me. Hey, I hear that maybe dirt is confirmed here soon.
That's the rumor.
I'm hoping for.
And welcome back to part 3 of the Iowa race here. Sasquatch Crossing 130 on the third stage. Excuse me. We have one last 50 lap segment for you guys here. We got 51 on the lap counter. Should be getting the lights off the pace car here momentarily.
Looks like, guys, I don't know if you guys see this too, but Drew Lalonde is completely off the track for me. I unfortunately do not have an eye on him. He was in the 7th position, as now has just vanished.
It looks like Lalonde has stepped over to just being an admin at this point.
Something like that.
It showed that he's still here.
And he's thorough-footed.
Oh, yep, there he's gone.
Yeah, he'll be the 4th driver that has officially called it a night. Or has been forced to, let's put it that way.
That's unfortunate for Drew. He was having a halfway decent run tonight.
Well, he was having a great run, actually. Drew qualified 23rd, got all the way up to 7th position.
And here we go. A lot of tempers flaring. And the lights are out the pace car. We're going green here. 49 to go.
Ooh, 42, guys. He missed a shift heavily. We got 4 wide for a moment on the front stretch just then. Ooh, 23 in the wall almost. 18's going to get by the 46. 18 moves into the 2nd position. Sean Breitzman trying to make it interesting, but all in the meantime, Mark Walls way out to the lead.
Like a library book, he is yet again checked out.
I wouldn't count out that 18 or that 46. 23 trying to dive it inside of the 46. Breitzman will get that good run off that turn. Going to put Deep Palmer back into 4th position.
The cream has rise to the crop. 3 of the 4 fastest trucks, actually all 4 of the fastest trucks on the track right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, it's cream corn to the rise of the crop. Righto, we're in Iowa. We are doing the field of dreams. What are we doing here?
Oh, guys, almost 3
Children
wide for a
of the corn.
moment. Andy Vogt on the backstretch, side by side with the 1 of Wayne Hutchinson, and up in front of him, that is Jeff Stabnow. They were almost 3 wide there as the 1 got stuck because he had a terrible turn out of 2, was able to catch it though, and Andy's still trying to make it interesting.
Looks like Breitzman might be taking the...
Ooh,
Jeff
oh,
Stabnow.
marker in the wall.
Yeah, and as that was happening, Stabnow lost his truck as well. But yeah, Barker
Green.
back to 4th.
If Green is still out, no caution.
Jeff's finally back up on the track now behind the 83 who just received the lucky dog. Marcus Tracy, new to the league right now, and the 24 is all the way back to 17th position. Ooh, the 67 got sideways. My goodness, he almost took out the 68. Gary LaViolette for just a moment there. Oh, now the 8 of Gary Nichols is side by side with the 4 of Brian Barnes. 3 wide for a moment there. 089. John Odenbacher sticking his nose in.
Yeah, he was making an optimistic move right there.
Yeah, Odenbacher pushing up the track, not going to be able to get that run off of the turn before.
Yeah, 83
is
Tracy.
going to get around him.
The Wounded Warrior being able to get around the 089 of Ottenbacher.
And he's actually taking that literally here tonight. That truck has got a couple of dings on it.
Shamalama ding dong. Meanwhile, the 91 is not having a great night. One of the guys who used to be right up in the top 5, top 10 pretty regularly, Scott Hutchinson, struggling around the back with Stabnow.
68 side by side with the 42 of Nathan Little. We saw he had a massive checkup on the restart there. I believe he missed a shift and completely stacked everyone up. Luckily, they figured that out, but he is sitting 9th right now, getting challenged by the 68.
Violet takes over the 9th position there. Nathan Little fighting back, though. Closing the gap. Going to give him a good run for his money coming down the back straightaway. Brightsman, though, up front has caught our leader and has brought D. Palmer with him.
Yeah, these three, 46 and 23, are not letting 29 get away at all. They are keeping them well within sight. They're not losing ground. Every once in a while, able to creep in just a little closer than what Mark Walls would want. We are at 40 laps to go this time by. Will the 46 be able to reel him in? 23 looking hungry as well. Is Mark going to have to fight for this win, or is he going to check out and do it all on his own, all by himself again?
I don't know if the 46 has anything to say about it. I think he's going to have at least a nose in under there.
I like if you see all three of these guys, they are all running right on or above those white lines through 3 and 4, which is where you need to be. Mark Wall's looking for speed. He is hitting the yellow line, but yet the 46 able to get the run coming out.
Close the gap to about a truck length between first and second. D. Palmer sitting back there waiting for a mistake from either of these competitors. 29 out front, clicking off laps, waiting to try and hit that magic 150. Try to take home the checkered flag. Brightsman trying to take home his Brightsman
right now
has a win this season, so his second win this season.
Ooh,
There you go.
There it is, folks. He's coming on the inside of the quarter panel. He is 46 truck is trying to get that pass on for the lead to lead the first lap of the night for himself. Mark Walls has led over 100 laps this evening.
Man, if Brightsman makes this work on the inside, I mean,
Go, making it work on the inside. Brightsman's going to pull a little bit ahead of Walls here. He's got it at the stripe.
That's the official lap right there.
that's impressive.
That is an amazing run by the 46 Sean Brightsman, who has yet to hit the apron tonight that we've seen.
You.
As much as I love Wall, Brightsman does love apron.
I just love Lamb.
Well, we've seen this before. We've seen these two trucks battle on multiple tracks before, and towards the end, Sean not having the best of luck during those times. But Mark Walls, we know that Sean's hit him before, tried to get up to him, and just hasn't been able to get that pass done. Mark, we know, is really good at saving his tires. I mean, maybe this is him saving his tires, or maybe Sean's just ready to go.
Yeah, being that inside truck is incredibly difficult because that will put more stress on your tires than the guy sitting on the high side, so it allows them to keep cooler tires. And again, like I said time and time again, the inside's fast way, but the high side's a long way. You get more out of your truck running the high line.
Or a modified high line as the 46 is doing. He's kind of dipping underneath the hash marks in turns 3 and 4, arcing the turn as best as he can, making another run at Walls here. 46, about a half truck length off of the leader here.
You know what's fun is watching these two. If you look at the third spot, D. Palmer, he is sitting right at, he's about half a second, 0.6 of a second. He is holding back there, letting these two guys battle. He is saving his tires and yet running equal times.
I just think Brightsman, he's going to need a short run. He's going to need another caution.
I think he's going to have to use some chrome horn.
Yeah, I think the only way to get around Mark and to make it stick is to upset Mark's truck. Get the air off that rear spoiler, let those tires get off the ground just a hair and make the move.
And the 29 has already used his fast repair here, so he's got to be aggressive, but he's got to be smart with that truck as well. If the 46 does end up getting around him, he's going to have to, get a little bit cautious of throwing his own chrome horn back at the 46 in case that does come into play.
Yep, now we're coming up on the 15 truck of Christopher Sherburne. He is just about to see if he can stay high. Nope, he stays high, almost into the wall. 29 and 46 are able to get around him.
And 23 as well behind this battle for the lead. Meanwhile, back there, back in 4th, 5th, and 6th, Ryan Maines has just been passed by the one of Wayne Hutchinson for the 5th position. Chad Barker, after getting into the wall, over 4 seconds behind our leaders. You got the 10 and 68 battling between themselves. Gary LaViolette going to peek to the inside of the 10, heading off of turn number 2. Not there yet, but he will eventually take over that position. Then you have 10th, 11th, and 12th, and 13th all together here. That's Little, Williams, Stussy, and Stabnow. Stabnow with a great run off the turn. Battling with the 67. 67 underneath 42, pushing up. Oh, that's it. 42.
Little. Oh,
what a save.
Oh, he got it.
What a save. 67. A little reminiscent of Dale Jr. last week at Daytona. Rolled over the side of that truck. Where it's still green.
Got Stussy going through the grass here along the front of the track here. Didn't see what happened to him.
Tough break for him. He was flirting around with getting top 10 here. That's going to put him all the way back towards the back of the field.
Yeah, he just smacked the wall, the outside wall off of 4. And he's right in front of our leaders as they're starting to battle again.
All right, now we got the Battle of the Blues. A 4 and 8 truck are battling, swapping positions left and right. These guys are not going to let position 14 get away from them.
And back up towards the front, you got the 18 and the 1 with a lap car making it 3 wide there for a second. Chad Barker going to hold on to that 4th position. Wayne Hutchinson smartly backed out of it. Going to continue to run that inside line, which seems to be working for him for the most part, but we don't know the extent of the 18's damage as he smacked the wall earlier in this run. Just under 25 to go. Working about 22 laps remaining, coming to the stripe, 21 to go. A lot of people are just kind of spread out now.
I think a lot of these guys have used up what they have at this point, and they're just riding.
Yeah, looking at the top 5, top 6 cars right now, everyone's just cranking laps. No one's putting any undue pressure on anyone. Kind of waiting for someone else to mess up.
Williams, 8 and 4 back here. Nichols and Barnes. Nichols right now has a spot there about a half a turn in front of our leaders, as I believe Brightsman's to the inside of Mark Walls, heading off towards turn number 1. Let's see if he can complete this pass. Not going to be able to do so. Still side by side off of the 2nd turn. Brightsman has stayed up enough to give him another run. We are under 20 laps to go. I think Brightsman's going to back out and try another run here on the inside.
And they are coming up on traffic as well. They got cars high, they got cars low. They're going to have to start thinking about where they're going to be as they approach the 91.
Yeah, it looks like Walls is going to clear him off of turn 2. Brightsman just a little bit too slow coming off that inside line. And work his way back up there. And D. Palmer is still with him.
Yeah, D. Palmer has not let them get away. I think he's just back there saving his tires, letting these guys battle. And he's going to have something for him here these last 10 laps, 15 laps of the race. 29 truck is coming up on the 91 real fast. He's got to make a move, and he comes to the inside of the Valvoline, number 91, Scott Hutchinson.
And now the 29's not been on the inside much, so this might upset his truck a little bit. Looks like he's going to be okay with it. 46 gets a great run off of the turn. And D. Palmer bringing up the rear here.
Now they've got the 4 and 8 that were battling up in front of them. So
And these guys are battling for position.
yes, indeed.
And battling to stay on the lead lap.
What do you do at this point? You got the 4 and the 8. They're battling for position. They're battling for the lead lap. You got the leaders coming on the inside, who are also battling for position. Talking about a level of intensity right here, and all of that unfolding with another truck yet again lapping down in front of them.
Yeah, the 4 not exactly letting Mark Walls go pretty quickly here. Mark's got a battle. That 42's falling back to him as well. The 46 getting clear of the 8.
D.
Getting a little
Palmer.
draft off the 4.
D. Palmer overdrove that corner and just made a blunder and almost piled into the wall, checked up, but yet he's still able to run down these guys as they're piecing through traffic.
Let's see if 8 checked up a little bit behind him. 42 now going a lap down. That's your 13th place driver. Oh, he's really close to the bumper at 46. Thank goodness he didn't hit him. That'd have been ugly. Riding along with the 23 as he's trying to navigate his way through this lap traffic here.
Yeah, Brian's going to want to be in the that position right in front of the 42 as the 23 gets sideways, because that is your lucky dog winner right there. If a caution were to come out, it's a battle between the 42 and the 4.
Look at Palmer reeling in the guys in the front of him, even through traffic. You know he's got something extra sitting underneath that truck.
And now Walls has stretched his lead out to about a half a second over Brightsman after that exchange with lap traffic. Still working their way up. We're working on after lap 102 when we took the green flag. We're getting ready to work on a 40 lap run here. So these tires are screaming.
Yeah, Andrew Williams dropping that lap down, which is just a sad and shame. We love Andrew Williams, what he brings to the table week in and week out. Just, sad he's not up here in the mix.
Yeah, 10 to go now. Caution does come out with 5 or less to go. That will be the race.
And now our leaders have a clear track in front of them. So if Brightsman or Palmer has anything left, they cannot waste any more time. They've got to go. And we know
17,
Brightsman hasn't been
3
saved
wide,
anything. He's been
53.
pushing.
Oh, 53 almost turned the 17. 10 now side by side. That could have been bad for a moment there on the backstretch. 089 into the wall behind him. This is all between 7th, 8th, 9th. They battle. Andy just not having the luck, not able to get by the 53 right now. That 17 still trying to stay in play.
Yeah,
Has to get his momentum back up.
When your tires are done, the only place to be is up by that white wall.
Yeah, now you can tell that Mark Walls is really starting to stretch this lead. He is out to 8/10, almost 9/10 lead right now. 46 falling into the clutches of the 23 of D. Palmer in 3rd right now.
Yeah, and if we don't get a caution here in the next about 6 corners, nobody's going to have a shot here unless Walls has some trouble.
Which is highly unlikely.
Yeah, Mark Walls, he's a great racer and is able to just close these races like no other, unless he has some just random trouble, which again is rare. And Sean Brightsman, we're used to seeing him up front as well, so he's going to battle D. Palmer all the way to the final lap. He's not going to give up the 2nd place too easily.
Well, he may not have a choice, man. D. Palmer is, whatever he had left, he's using it up now.
Yeah, he was able to save a little bit as Sean went after Mark, but now that they're almost side by side, now bumper to bumper as they go single file for a little bit, he hopefully saved enough.
Yeah, I
4 to
think
go here.
Dee's going to have enough to make the move on here. Brightsman's going to have to be protecting the high lane to keep D. Palmer from getting around him. And that is... yeah, that'll do it.
Ooh, Wayne Hutchinson battling with the 68 of Gary Levi, led this for 5th and 6th.
Oh, Chad Barker on a big blow up. Trying to grab the
42
70
to
and the
wall.
42.
Yeah,
Ooh, he
42
got
in the
through
wall,
that.
went 3 wide for a moment.
Chad Barker got up on the back of the 78, had to whoa it up, move high, and all of a sudden the 42 hit the wall, had to whoa it up again.
And I believe when Walls comes off 3 and 4, we're going to have 2 to go here.
You are correct with that second place battle still going on. 23 trying to get to the bumper, but just can't do it. He's having some trouble. I think both of their tires are just shot, and Sean is just hanging on right now.
All right, Walls making his way back out of turn number 4. One more time around, white flag in the air.
Bryceman just about stuck it in the wall off turn 4 that time.
Yep, Mark Walls with a 2.5-second lead. So the battle right now is between Sean Brightsman and D. Palmer. D. Palmer putting the pressure on, diving down to the yellow line. He's going to try to make this stick.
And here comes Walls out of turn number 4. Going to take the checkered flag here in the Sasquatch crossing. 130. Mark Walls, your winner here in Iowa.
Yeah, and Sean was able to keep the momentum off of turn 4, able to get across that line first. He will take second with D. Palmer in third.
And Chad Barker bringing home a top 5, sitting in P4. Looks like Wayne Hutchinson, the one truck, is going to be able to bring that back in into 5th.
All right, here are your final results, or unofficial results, mind you. Mark Walls, your winner here tonight. Sean Brightsman in 2nd, D. Palmer 3rd, Chad Barker in 4th, and Gary LaViolette rounds out your top 5. 6 goes to Wayne Hutchinson. Carl Burke in 7th. 8th went to Andy Vogt. Marcus Tracy, big bounce back up to the 9th position, and 10th goes to Ryan Maines. Jeff Stabnow is 11th. Last car on the lead lap, first car 1 lap down, is the 4 of Brian Barnes, and you have Dan Stussy in 12th, or 13th, excuse me. Nathan Little in 14th. 15th goes to Andrew Williams. Gary Nichols 16th. Christopher Sherber in 17th. John Ottenbacher 18th. 19th went to Brett Johnson. And Scott Hutchinson rounds out your top 20. Drew DeLon, William Fletcher, and Jared Morgan all having issues in a wide variety of fashions. They're going to round out your field in 21st, 22nd, and 23rd.
Yeah, but they had a pretty solid night up at the front here. We have D. Palmer. We're going to bring him in first because he finished in 3rd position in the 23 truck. D, you got us?
I got you.
Fantastic. Well, talk us through this race. You seem to have a pretty solid night. I mean, you qualified 2nd, able to finish 3rd. So pretty level for you.
Yeah, it was adventurous. Dropped to the back a couple times through one. Well, they were both actually my fault. Contact with a teammate, and I hit pit road wrong. Didn't get in my box right. Fell way back. So it was an adventure, but it was such a great setup. It was so much fun racing with Sean at the end there.
Yeah, D, we thought you might have something there for Sean to pull off that last couple lap pass. What was going on as you're watching those two guys going, and what was going on those last, 10 laps?
Well, when they were battling, I was saving just a little bit. I'm not fast enough outright most of the time to beat them, so I was just saving my tires and hoping if it went green towards the end of the race, they'd use their stuff up. And the last 10 laps, I was just trying not to spin it out or hit the wall more than anything and try to get by Sean, try to reel him in and get by him.
D, buddy, don't put yourself down. Go back, look at the lap times. You were the top 3 every lap this entire race in speed. Have faith in yourself there, man, and close that gap. Finish the deed.
Oh, I'll get by him. I'm going to win one of these things, or 3 or 4.
There you go. All right, man, real quick, who do you got to thank and who you got to do shout-outs for?
Northwest Truck Series, Dog Bear Racing, everybody that's a part of it. It's awesome. I think Sasquatch Crossing for sponsoring the race tonight. Sarge's Place for being on my truck. Hungry Dragon, Volt Vapes, Wall Spirit Co. Everybody that's involved, Sim Stuff. It's that's who I had on my truck, Sim Stuff. But it's a great series. I love to run it.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you and congratulations on that third place finish, and we will see you next week.
Amazing. Thank you.
Absolutely. Again, that was D. Palmer finishing in the third position in that 23 truck. Had a pretty level night, so he was able to bring home that podium finish. And right up in front of him was Sean Brightsman in the 46 truck, able to battle most of the night trying to get to Mark Walls and just couldn't get there at the end, but got him a nice solid finish. You got it, Sean?
Catch loud and clear.
Fantastic. Well, again, walk us through this because it seems like you like that front of the pack. But I noticed a couple times you dropped to the back. Was that on purpose, or you just had some troubles, or what happened there?
Under pacing, we forgot to set our tachometer right, so that way we didn't speed. And that first one, we just got over it just a little bit. Got the little red and blue.
Oh man, you ate a little meatball.
Yeah, and so then fell back again. That was trying to get too much off of pit road. Got another speeding penalty. So.
Well, a little bad luck in the beginning of the race. You did not get any apron this week, so I mean that's a positive side.
I did get it just slightly, but not enough to.
Oh, you're killing me.
I just wanted to keep the trend going.
I kept watching, kept looking. I did not see you hit apron, and I even called it out that like for the first time in I don't know how many races, I didn't see you hit apron. But good run, man. Bummer that you couldn't get around there. We were all pulling for you to pull that win off.
Yeah, I was hoping to get around Mark there. I think I burned my stuff up trying to get around him on the high side, and then obviously he was able to save some more of his tires there and pull away from us completely, and then we had a nice little battle with D.
No, you guys had a fantastic run, both with Mark and with D. D looked fantastic tonight.
Yeah, he was just riding back there, just kind of waiting and hoping either we'd hit each other, and he would just sneak on by and take the top spot and go on for a win.
Definitely was looking that way. Hey, you guys just did one of the shortest tracks of the year, coming over to the Cookie Cutter of Kentucky next week. What do you got lined up for these guys?
I hope we finish top 3 again, or have a nice little battle with the Dog Bear guys. That'd be great. Kentucky, kind of similar to Iowa in a sense, but a little bit bigger.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you do some good running and pull off another top 5, get some good points nights, and maybe, just maybe, go apron free and grab a win.
We'll definitely try to go apron free for sure.
All right, real quick, who's your shout outs to?
I just want to thank the race sponsor, Sasquatch Crossing. Obviously got to race the truck, or mention the truck sponsor, Walls Beard Co., and congrats to Mark. Volt Vapes, Sarge's Place, Sim Stuff, Hungry Dragon as well, and you guys, of course, at OCTV. Without you guys, we wouldn't be broadcasting, and like I said, watch some great broadcasting.
All right, man. Have yourself a great week. Go hit some beer, and we will see you in 7 nights.
Thanks. Catch you guys later.
Awesome. That again was Sean Brightsman finishing in the second position tonight. We're getting used to seeing him up front, and I think we can all agree that's been where we like him, because he makes it really exciting. Unfortunately, just couldn't get to the top spot tonight, and that is all thanks to the part of Mark Walls in the 29 truck finishing on that top spot. Mark, you got us?
10-4.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, you had a pretty average night. I mean, it was okay. You only led 136 laps out of 150, so could have done better. A little disappointed in you, honestly. So, I can't say much, but yeah, this is your 7th win of the 9 races we've run, and one of those races you did not compete in. So, talk about the night.
Yeah, momentum for sure. Got tangled up early. We got contact with the 96. I think the sponsor was Back Marker Machine, not too sure. But he didn't like how we were racing, decided to put the Walls Beard Co. in the fence. And luckily, this thing just packs so much power that you can put it in the fence, and, man, that thing will just keep going. I was pretty determined at that point to prove a point that it ain't going to work in your favor no matter what you try to do. So definitely a team effort with this setup. And, man, Iowa's just an awesome place to race.
No, you started strong. You ended incredibly strong with a nice, fantastic middle there. As the last 10, 15 laps there, you had Brightsman banging on your back door. What was going through your mind? Are you thinking tire saving? Are you thinking defensive driving? What was going on there, Mark?
Now, before he even got there, I was already in kind of tire save mode. With a little bit of gap, I mean, you got any kind of gap, you got to take advantage of saving tires. So I was already trying to back up the corners as much as I could. I knew he was going to get a strong run, and we would battle. Preferred line is kind of middle to top groove. So if I kept it, I could keep the momentum down the straightaways, and luckily it played out. I was able to stay up high, and he kind of burned up his stuff a little bit running low. But what an awesome battle!
All right, well, good job, man. Hey, you guys going over to Kansas next week? What do you got in store for there?
We don't know yet.
Kentucky, not Kansas. My bad.
Yeah, we don't know yet. This is another new track for us, kind of like Iowa was for the series. So we'll unload for practice and roll from there.
All right, well, real quick, who's your shout-outs?
Got to give a big shout out to Sasquatch Crossings. They're our main race sponsor for tonight. Pleasure having them on board. Hopefully they had an amazing race that they can go back and watch. I know they tune into that. Sponsors like to watch these broadcasts, so definitely great to have them on board. I got to thank Walls Beard Co. Yet again, back in victory lane. This thing is just bad fast. We got some real good momentum. Got to thank Sim Stuff, the Hungry Dragon, Volt Vapes, you guys at OCTV. You guys do an amazing job. I love going back and watching these broadcasts. You guys are so entertaining, spot on with what you call, and looking forward to going to a new track, Kentucky, and hopefully we can put on a race like we did tonight, because that was pretty amazing.
All right, well, good job, man. We're gonna throw you back to the team here. You guys go do some celebrating, and we will see you in Kentucky.
That's it.
Fantastic. And again, that was Mark Walls winning tonight in Iowa as he brings it home for his 7th win out of the 9-race season so far. And I think my final thoughts are going to be very short and precise. And that was, I'm going to label it, and I say that I've said this before, but it was a very interesting race. I do, on behalf of OCTV, want to apologize for some of the technical difficulties that we had and experienced. We do apologize for that. But we did see some really good racing apart from it, and it was an interesting night trying to get Sean up there, trying to battle Mark for the lead, and had a lot of tough battles in the pack as they were trying to stay on the lead lap and gain as many positions as possible.
And I'm with Katie on that. These guys running, it was a lot of great position changes, a lot of great battles, especially the mid pack, as we've Northwest Truck Series has become highly well known for these last 2 seasons. Amazing runs, lots of trucks in the wall, lots of guys falling back like rocks, lots of guys taking off like rockets. Fun race to call, exciting to be a part of. Love having Katie and especially Tony Knuckles in the booth with us tonight. That's a fantastic gift. Tony, what are you thinking?
Well, screw me, huh?
That's a funny gift. Yeah. Hey, and Andrew Williams, man, you got to get the green off that truck, brother.
Hey,
just
you
do
know, it may not be traditional, but it looks good.
Right?
Okay.
Dude,
Agree to
superstitions are like so 1960s.
And Wes, we were just saving the best for last. That's all.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, for everybody here at OCTV, I am Weston Mess, and we are out. Have a good night.